First of all, for those who haven't seen, here's my new hairdo. It's basically like I don't know, like an inch or two. Yeah, an inch or two long. I assume all around. I haven't actually seen the back, but I've been told it's pretty even. I forgot that when it's this short, it ignores gravity. So it's pretty much an inch and a half, 2 inches, like straight up in the front, and nothing has been able to stop that, which is pretty funny. Um, One of the kids today, who doesn't have a lot of English, said, "Teacher, hair." I said, "Yeah, I cut it. Do you like it?" She said, "No." That's what I get for asking, I guess. Um, so yeah, I'm glad you're liking those education theorists. They're I don't necessarily remember all of their names, but their theories are useful. Not necessarily in knowing the details of them, but in understanding, structurally and conceptually how kids learn. Like the idea of scaffolding, which I think might have been Vygotsky, is really important. Where, like, if you need a kid to achieve level 10, you don't start them out with level 10. You start them out with level 1, which they're capable of, and like you make it just a little bit harder each time. You meet the kids where they are and make it like just a little harder than they can do easily and comfortably by themselves. It means that they complain. They say, "Teacher, this is hard." But then I say, "Yes, so that you will learn something." So that scaffolding is one of the most useful conceptual things that I think I learned. Um, yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying all that. Did you go to the party? Unless the girl was in Noises Off, that's the only thing I've seen at Curio. So unless she was in Noises Off, I haven't seen her ever. That other girl. But did you go to the party? Tell me about it, and tell me about the cute girl. And did you go and follow her around? I'm so excited for you. In the Heights was absolutely wonderful, as expected. They had subtitles on the side of the stage. I realized partway through in Japanese and Chinese. I happen to know the plot and the songs very well, so it was fine. It was really interesting seeing how, like, hearing a Korean Spanish accent. Because a lot of the sounds, certainly I don't pronounce them correctly, but I hear enough Spanish, in America anyway, I hear enough Spanish and have heard enough Spanish and have heard the soundtrack enough times that I know what it's supposed to sound like. And it was close. It was interesting. Funniest part, so Graffiti Pete, he like graffitis everything, and then he's a plot point at the end and everything. So the set is designed, the floor of the stage was graffitied. I'm sure it was carefully designed and painted, but it looked like graffiti. Like those bubble letters street art version that was, all right, and here's the best part. It was meant to say "I heart NY," like "I heart New York," but somebody didn't proofread in English because it said "I heart MY," I love my. And that was it. Like, massive across the entire stage. I realized once we hit intermission and the lights were up, and I was absolutely dying. It was just, and I don't know how many people who were there knew, but it was beautiful. I love my what? I love my. We don't know. I love my. I kind of want a shirt that says that now. They also used light in a very different. So yes, it's a musical, and yes, it's sort of a flashy musical, but they were very deliberate about their lighting choices. Usually lighting, for the most part, you don't really want to notice it, but they did. And when you're using a gobo, which is like a pattern that you put in front of the light, it's a little disc and it has of metal and it has cutouts, and you put it in front of the light to make a specific shadow. So you might use it like to imply a window without actually having a window. When you're using it just for breakup, which is when you have just a random pattern that sort of breaks up the light and makes it not just a spotlight, but sort of like, you know, implying light through trees or like shadowed outdoor light, whatever, you don't put the gobo in focus. You keep it very unfocused. But they focused them. They were very sharp. So that was a choice. But whatever. I had theater feels about it. It was also the first time that I drew the parallel between the club scene that's just before intermission and the gym dance scene in West Side Story. They're structurally very, very similar, which I got pretty excited about. I did record sections of it, and some of it is actually decent recordings, so I will have to figure out how to get those to whoever is interested. But if you want some pretty decent audio recordings of In the Heights in Korean, hit me up. They're kind of exciting. I get it. I'm a nerd. I get really excited about it, so it's fine. We're at 6 minutes, and I have another 20-something report cards to write by a week ago. So I'm going to sign off. Bye.